So good morning everyone. I hope everyone is doing amazing. Welcome back to yet another super interesting biology live class on the beautiful and wonderful platform of Avanti. So this is lecture number 10 on the topic principle of inheritance and variation. Yes, कर लो फटाफट. क्या क्या सीखा है रिकॉल कर लो जल्दी से. I hope you have recalled it already. है ना? रिकॉल कर लिया होगा आप लोगों ने. So these are the things which we have learned, right? Mendelism, post-Mendelism. In yesterday's class, what we had learned? Sex determination. Only one thing we had discussed, right? Chromosomal mechanism. Chromosomal mechanism of sex determination. That is what we had discussed in yesterday's class. Right? So same thing we will be learning today also. Yeah? So today we are going to learn about the second type of sex determination. In yesterday's class we had learned allosomic. What we had learned? Allosomic. Or you can say chromosomal mechanism or genetic mechanism, right? So in that chromosomal we had seen allosomic. Sex chromosomes we had seen. Depending on that we were deciding the gender of the individual, right? Now, non-allosomic. Non-allosomic means there will be no particular sex chromosomes like X, Y, Z, W, O, Z, Z, X, 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 Y. These will not be there. Okay? These will not be there. Cool. So non-allosomic, we don't discuss about any X, Y and all those things. For example, bacteria. In bacteria, do you have female bacteria, male bacteria? No, right? Bacteria have very special thing in them. They have very special thing in them called as plasmid. What do you call it? Plasmid. You know, plasmid is small circular double-stranded extra chromosomal DNA. Small circular double-stranded extra chromosomal DNA. It is not the part of the genetic content, है ना? If this is your bacteria, there will be genetic DNA. You call it as nucleoid. You call it as nucleoid, genophore, right? There are different terms for this. Nucleoid, genophore and all these things. Then other than this genetic DNA, they have small circular double-stranded DNA, which is called as plasmid. Obviously, they are naked, yes. They don't have envelope, nuclear envelope. They are prokaryote, right? So that is plasmid. It's DNA. It will also have some gene, right? It will also have some gene, plasmid. So if plasmid have F gene, if it has F factor, F gene, F factor, F stands for fertility. F stands for fertility. Okay. So if this F factor is present in the plasmid of bacteria, you call it as F plus. It can act as donor. It can act as donor. There can be few bacteria which do not have F factor in their plasmid. They are called as F minus. And they will be acting as recipient. They will receive. They will not donate. ठीक है? Acceptor. That's right. So F plus is the donor and F minus is the recipient. How are we doing it? Are we having, any chromosome is there, XY, male, female? No. It is all related to what? Related to a particular gene present in a plasmid, F plus, F minus. Similarly, Chlamydomonas, what is it? Unicellular. What is Chlamydomonas? Chapter number 3, Plant Kingdom, Algae. It is unicellular green algae. Chlamydomonas is unicellular green algae. So since it is unicellular, even in Chlamydomonas we say plus minus. Plus minus. Okay. Come to maize. In maize, in maize what happens? In maize plant, in maize plant what happens? Let's say you have, anyone knows? One autosome can give male inflorescence. And another autosome means we are not talking about sex chromosomes, right? Can give female inflorescence. Female inflorescence is called as cob. Remember chapter number 2. Chapter number 2, sexual reproduction in flowering plant. You will see there is a diagram given. Maize diagram, feathers are there, so many hair are there, like this. So many hairs. This is called as cob. Tassels. Feathers. है ना? Female cob. Okay. So autosome can differentiate into male inflorescence and female inflorescence in maize plant. Okay. So these are non-allosomic. Sex chromosome is not related. Now the next thing is environmental regulation of sex determination. Environment can also regulate the gender. Temperature can regulate the gender. Okay. Then whether they are living with male or whether they are living alone, that also can decide the gender. If they are living in group, they can become some different gender. If they are developing alone, they can develop into some different gender. So that is environment effect. Okay. So obviously it will happen in those organisms which are what? Mammals? No. It never happens in mammals. Right? Lower than mammal, the organism which are lower than mammal, you will observe it. More you will observe it in lower organism. है ना? More you will observe it in lower organism. है ना? So for example, mollusca. There is a mollusca. You can see the name right on the screen. Crapidula. This is a mollusca, which is also called a slipper snail. You know what happens in this? Environment regulates the gender. Anyone knows how? Similarly, there is a worm, marine worm. Okay? It is going to be under Annelida, called as Bonellia. This question has come before. Bonellia. It has come before in your previous exams. Bonellia. The larva of Bonellia looks similar. Okay? Larva of Bonellia looks similar. But when this larva is developing along with females, you know what it becomes? It becomes male. When this Bonellia larva, which looks similar during the larval stage, when it has to become adult, if it is developing with group of female, see how beautiful it is. It becomes male. Then If it is developing alone, if the larva is developing alone, it becomes female. It becomes female. You know, same thing happens in crepidula also. If crepidula, if they are developing in group of female, they will become male. If crepidula is developing alone, that will become female. ठीक है? Kishan, Bonelia example you can just remember that Bonelia shows environmental sex determination. Bonelia. ठीक है? बस इसको याद रखो. ठीक है? So that is the beauty of nature. This is what happens in them. People say that, you know, always curiosity is there, no? That why it happens. Then scientists did a lot of experiments. Then they could discover this. What they discovered was that males are quite versatile. What are males? Males are quite versatile. Even if there is a small space, they can survive. Even if there is a small space, they can survive. ठीक है? For example, let's say this is the substratum. This is the substratum where they will, you know, attach and they will survive. Where they will attach and they will survive on the substratum. If the larva is developing with so many female, already female have captured the substratum. So what they do? They become male. ठीक है? Because they don't find out the substratum. So males are versatile. They can live. They are like, okay, let it be. Females are occupying the space. Let it be. I will survive like this only. But if they are developing alone, they find the substratum. है ना? So once they find the substratum, they become female. This is the reason behind it. ठीक है? Those who were, you know, curious to know कि how it happens. This is what we have found it out yet. अभी तक हमने यही ढूंढा है. Scientists have found this out, the reason behind it. ठीक है? No, Athar. Once they become adult, they are adult. है ना? It will never happen like they are male. If they become male, they become male. Always, when the larva is developing into adult, then the gender changes. ठीक है? If males are there, means they have become male ना. Male, female, that they don't do. From larva, when they are developing into adult, the condition will decide their gender. The condition will decide their gender. Okay, if they are growing with females, they become male because they don't find out the substratum to attach. If they are growing alone, then they become females. ठीक है? Because they find the substratum. Cool? That is all you needed to know. Actually, I have told you more than what you needed to know. ठीक है? Now coming to crocodile, alligator, lizards. In them, temperature can decide their gender. Temperature can decide their gender. Crocodiles and alligators, lizard. If it is low temperature, what it becomes, you know? Anyone knows? If there is low temperature, what will it become? Female, male. So many answers I am getting. Tell me what it will become. If it is low temperature, what it will become? Male. ठीक है, so I am writing it down now. Maruti is saying female. If the temperature is low, it becomes female. And if the temperature is high, it becomes male. That is what you need to know. ठीक है? Come to turtles. There is a movie on this, na Pranav? There is a movie, one movie has got launched recently in which they are talking about National Geographic Channel. The villain always keeps talking about, did you subscribe National Geographic Channel or not? He always keeps talking about villain and he relates the villain to the animals. And the movie name is Loot Case. Right? Loot Case. One, like you can watch it one time. All biology student, you can watch it. Very interesting. For everything, na, he is relating it to animal and animal name. He gives a scientific name to the animal that you are behaving like, Annelida and all. So he gives a scientific name, and all the villains keep thinking what this man is talking about, our boss is talking about. He always keeps telling them, did you subscribe the channel? Did you subscribe the channel? You can watch it. Okay, it's interesting actually. In case of turtle, if the temperature is less than 28 degrees Celsius, it will become male. If temperature is more than 33 degrees Celsius, it will become female. Okay? So that is what happens. Who will tell me which one is crocodile and which one is alligator? They look similar. If the temperature is in between, Pranav, they will be intersex. If the temperature is in between these two, intersex. Okay? Go for this one. Which one is alligator and which one is crocodile? First one is alligator and second one is crocodile. See the mouth. Mouth is little circular. U. Mouth is little U shape. In alligator. And mouth is V shape in crocodile. है ना? This is the major difference between these two. Okay? Yes. That is all. है ना, Pranav? We will move ahead now. This is turtle which lives in water and this is lizard which everyone knows. है ना? I need not tell you about this. Got it? So chances are very less that questions will come from these topics. So we will not, give so much of time on these things. I have just told you this. It's not given in NCERT. But if you learn organism and population chapter, ecology unit, है ना? In the unit ecology, last 4 chapters, there they have talked about this. है ना? That temperature can control the gender. That's why it is important. ठीक है? I have taken it from Google, Pranav. I typed it as turtle and I got this image. Turtles are found in water. है ना? Tortoise you can find in terrestrial environment as well. Right? Yes? It's fine. Now do the question. This is important. है ना? Rather than thinking of all other stories of the world, we can do this question which is related to you. I'm launching a poll. Do this question. जल्दी से करो इस question को. हाँ, Athar, I will be teaching ecology. Yes. The genotype of a plant showing dominant phenotype can be determined by. Pranav, you are wrong. Yes, Hari is right, Meghna is right, Naren is right, Chetan is right, Ravi Kiran is right. Think again, Pranav. Carefully you need to think. Atharv is right, Tejas is right. कितनी बार तो पढ़ाया है? There was a question yesterday also on this. That if you have to find out the genotype of the dominant phenotype, what do we do? How do you find out? You do test cross, right? है कि नहीं? So 37 of you have gone for the right answer. Rest all have gone for wrong answer. So see where you are deviating. And then you come telling me, ma'am, I am not getting the scores. Right? So whatever I am telling you, it is more than sufficient. In 1 hour of duration, we need to focus on the quality, not on the quantity. I am not here to speak about the story of crocodile life. It is not required. Maybe you can learn it later if you have so much of interest in it. Right? These are the small mistakes which we do, which we don't realize. है ना, and we end up scoring very less marks and then we get depressed. So you can see how many of you have gone for correct answer. Only 57% of you. In spite of doing it so many times in the class, you think what exactly is happening. ठीक है, चलो, at least it is more than 50%. Do this question, question number 44, 2011 question. Which one of the following conditions correctly describe the manner of determining the sex? Homozygous sex chromosome ZZ determine female sex in birds, ZZ. XO type of sex chromosome determine male sex in grasshopper, male sex in grasshopper. If you remember what I had taught yesterday, you will go for the right answer. I had given you a small chart. I had told you now most of the questions will come from that chart. ठीक है, if you remember that chart, you will always go for the right answer. Yes, Pritish, Meghna, Chetan, Tejas, Prakriti, Hari, you all are right. Kishore, think Meghna is right. Kishore, again rethink. होमोजाइगस होता है क्या बर्ड में? होमोजाइगस फीमेल होती है क्या? इन बर्ड इट इज ZW माय डियर चिल्ड्रन. बर्ड में ZW होता है. क्या पढ़ रहे हो आप लोग? क्या रिकॉल कर रहे हो आप लोग? So this is wrong, right? Now go for the next one. XO मतलब heterogamety condition है. XO is the heterogamety condition which determine the sex in grasshopper. I had emphasized on this कि grasshopper question has come in previous year. I had told or not? This will be the answer. Right? It determines the male sex. 66% of you have gone for the right answer. 67%. Others? Chalo. One more question we will do and let us see how many of you are doing it right. Which one of the following condition of the zygotic cell would lead to the birth of a normal human female child? आपको normal human female child चाहिए. Which one? 2X chromosome? This is very easy, right? No one should do any mistake in this. We have 190 students. All the students from Hubli, Dharwad, other states, same state, Karnataka, Mangalore, other places, Belgaum. All of you, what are you doing? Maharashtra, Sangli, Raichur, Kotgun Munshi, yes, Vidyanagar. All of you, what are you doing? I have got 89 answers. I want to see how many of you are actually learning. Click on anything, it is fine. I should get 190 replies. हाँ, सब लोग सही है. सब लोग सही है. So I'm ending the poll now because it is more than enough time to reply on a poll, right? Yes. So I'm ending it. And the result, wait. Let me share the result. It is 77%. So I think 50 students who are here, I don't know what you are doing. I really don't know. I really want to know what actually you are doing. This question, so you might have learnt it in 6th standard, right? Yes, very easy it was. Now, so we have learnt the sex determination topic. ठीक है. अथर मेंस मतलब पहले नीट का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं था. पहले ऐसे एग्जाम होते थे, प्री एंड मेंस. ठीक है. AIPMT AIPMT प्री एग्जाम होते थे एंड मेंस होते थे. मेंस वाज द सेकंड एग्जाम. ठीक है, जैसे जेई होता है ना अभी, जेई मेंस एंड एडवांस, सेम वे AIPMT प्री एंड मेंस. ठीक है, ओके, ऑल राइट, यस. नाउ coming to the next topic. Yes, Pranav, I have written it. Coming to the next topic. First, we will discuss this topic. What is this topic? Can you guess what we are going to learn now? We are again going back to Mendel. Now we are again going back to Mendel. ठीक है? The person Mendel who in the year 1865 he had published his work in the year 1865, but it was unrecognized. But it was unrecognized. It was unrecognized. We already know the reason behind it, right? Why Mendel's work was unrecognized. In the beginning only, I had given you the reason behind it. Yes or no? So that is the question you need to revise again. Why Mendel's work was unrecognized during his time. He had used maths, statistics, है ना? He had used factors. There was no physical proof of the factors, right? Yes, it was time of Darwinism. Yes? Yes or no? There was no proper communication. Lack of communication was there. Pranav, pity Mendel. Yeah, it was far ahead of his time. These are the reasons. Please don't make your own reasons. ठीक है? Whatever reasons are mentioned in NCERT, you need to go with that. ठीक है? Now, 3 people came in. Story में 3 लोगों की entry होती है, right? And who were they? De Vries, Correns, and Teschermich. है ना? I cannot call them idiots. ठीक है? I am a teacher, right? So De Vries, Correns, and Teschermich. In the year 1900, independently, they rediscovered Mendelism. What they did? Independently rediscovered Mendelian principles. ठीक है? Whatever Mendel had said, they could rediscover it. They again did experiment on, pea plant. They again did experiment like Mendel did. And then they could find out that whatever Mendel was bluffing, no, it was not actually a bluff. It was actually the fact, whatever Mendel was saying. So this is how rediscovery of the Mendel principle happened by Vries, Correns, and Teschermich in the year 1900. In the year 1900. Okay. Now, why it was possible? Why people started to believe them? Why? Because by that time, there was discovery of what? Microscope. By that time, people could invent microscope and they could observe nucleus, है ना? कि what was happening inside the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, they could see chromosomes. Because of the discovery of microscope, they could observe the chromosome in the nucleus. What actually they were doing, how they were moving, the chromosome movement they could observe. By which year? By 1902. ठीक है? By 1902, they could find out the movement of chromosome which they do during the divide. है ना? जब डिविजन होगा, when they divide, जो भी माइटोसिस मियोसिस, when they divide, how they divide, how do they divide, how do they divide, ये सारी चीजें they could find out in 1902. Why chromosome? Why the name chromosome is there? What is the meaning of chromo? Chromoplast. Do you remember chromoplast? Color, है ना? So they could see it using the stain. They used stains. They used chemical, and they could see colorful thing moving inside the nucleus, moving inside the cell, right? And they named it as chromosome because they are the colored body. Colored body. And in 1902, chromosome movement they could see. है ना? So what type of cell division do you have? Tell me. How many types of cell division do you have? Yes, eureka. Yes, Naren, it is 2. What are they? Mitosis and meiosis. ठीक है? Can you tell me which division was useful for the observation, for gamete formation and all? Which was useful? Meiosis was useful. So they observed meiosis properly. ठीक है? Because mitosis was equational division ना. It was not giving gamete. What was giving gamete? This division was giving gamete. This division was giving gamete. And that is the reason why they started to observe more and more what? Meiosis process. है ना? And when they observed this meiosis process, what they found out? What they found out? That chromosome and gene, they were showing parallel behavior. They were showing which type of behavior? Parallel behavior. Whatever genes were showing, whatever Mendel had said, that gene has one pair allele. Gene has how many allele? One pair. He had said, when gametes are formed, allele separates. He had said or not? Similarly, they found out when gametes are formed, the chromosomes separate. It is common sense, no? Where alleles are present, my dear children? Allele कहाँ है? Where is allele? Tell me. Consider करो मेंडल को. मेंडल ने इसको consider किया. Mendel considered this. Mendel considered the location. है ना? TT. He was not knowing where it is present. He did not tell no physical location. He did not know where actually they are present. The physical proof he could not give. He just said there is a gene having 2 alleles. When gametes are formed, please separate them. When gametes are formed, please separate the allele. Now, if alleles are getting separated, my dear children, obviously chromosomes are getting separated now. This he could not say that time. So this was observed in the year 1902 that whatever genes were doing, it was happening on the chromosome, right? Because they are present on the chromosome. So they show parallel behavior. Whatever genes show, even chromosomes show. And this is your chromosomal theory of inheritance given by Boveri and Sutton in the year 1902. Okay? When they observed this meiosis process, they found out there is parallel relation between chromosome and gene. है ना? And they combined the Mendel principle with their discovery and they named it as chromosomal theory of inheritance. ठीक है? So this is chromosomal theory of inheritance. कब आया ये? 1902 में. Chromosomal theory of inheritance. You want to read it out? Given by Sutton and Boveri. ठीक है? Salient features. Read the salient features of chromosomal theory of inheritance. First point. Like the hereditary traits, the chromosomes retain their number, structure, and individuality throughout the life of an organism. Generation after generation. आपका generation, आपके पापा का generation, your generation, your generation, your next generation, your previous generation. All of them will have how many chromosomes? How many chromosomes they should have? How many chromosomes they should have? Same number, same structure, same gene, right? The only thing which differs is which gene is getting expressed. Which gene is getting expressed, है ना? Yes. Go for the next point. Both chromosome as well as gene occur in pairs in the somatic or diploid cell. If there is a diploid organism, gene will be in pair, allele will be there, and chromosome will also be in pair. The two alleles of the gene pair are located on homologous chromosome. है ना? What do you call them? Homologous chromosome. Yes or no? Come to the third point. A gamete contains only one chromosome. A gamete contains only one chromosome of a type and only one of the two allele. You know it now. Out of two allele, one allele will come in the gamete. Out of two homologous chromosomes, one will be coming in the gamete. Yes? See the last point. The paired condition of both chromosomes as well as Mendelian factor, they get restored during fertilization. When gametes are formed, you will get one chromosome, one set of chromosome, and one allele. This is condition of a gamete. How do you restore it? By fertilization. If fertilization happens, two gametes will be fusing, na? So what will you get? Homologous chromosome and the pair of allele also you will get, right? So whenever fertilization happens, that helps in the restoring of the chromosome number. So these are the points. Okay, right? Understood or not? It is same thing. Let me reframe it, you will get it. First point. What is the first point? Generation after generation. What is the first point? Generation after generation, chromosome number is same. Yes or not? If you are considering one species, chromosome number will be same. Go for the second point. What does it say? What does it say? See. They occur in pair in the diploid cells, right? If there is a diploid cell, see how images will help you in learning easily. There is a diploid cell. If there is a diploid cell, they will occur in pair. है ना? Let's say chromosome number 1, chromosome number 2. Chromosome will occur in pair and the gene will also occur in pair. AA, BB. Got it? Third point. When gametes are formed, what will happen? They will separate. है ना? Let's say from here only I am making gamete. Homologous pair of chromosome will separate. है ना? 1, 1, 2, 2. Getting it now? Now how are we going to separate it? Sorry, how are we going to restore it? Fourth point. Fertilization. When they fuse, again you will get the same thing. again you will get the same thing. Yes or no? Say yes. You will get the same thing. है ना? 1 1 2 2. This is your chromosomal theory of inheritance. कोई मैजिक नहीं है इसमें, कोई बहुत बड़ा चीज नहीं है. It's just that whatever was happening, they put it in the form of statement. कि this is what happens given by Boveri and Sutton. ठीक है? हाँ नरेन, it is law of conservation of chromosome also. कि how do you restore the chromosome number? You restore the chromosome number by fertilization. है ना? That is why you need to make haploid gamete. That is why you need to make haploid gamete, because they have to fuse now. If they fuse, you will get 2n. If you don't get haploid, 2n, 2n, it will become 4n now. How will you restore? That is why gametes always are in haploid state. Right? Now, fill in the blanks. Boveri and Sutton. Sutton did something very beautiful. Sutton, NCERT line. This is NCERT line. Fill in the blanks. Sutton united the knowledge of chromosomal segregation. है ना? Chromosomes segregate, right? During gamete formation with Mendelian principle. He combined the Mendelian principle and called it as chromosomal theory of inheritance. है ना? Chromosomal theory of inheritance. If someone asks you to define chromosomal theory of inheritance, what will you say? It is given by Boveri and Sutton in the year 1902, which shows the parallel behavior of chromosome and gene, And then you will write this. They united the knowledge of chromosomal segregation with Mendelian principle. And this is how they gave chromosomal theory. First question. Second question, if they ask you, what are the salient features of chromosomal theory of inheritance? What are the salient features of chromosomal theory of inheritance? Then you will write these points. है ना? Always remember these 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the salient feature of chromosomal theory of inheritance. How many of you have got it? What is chromosomal theory of inheritance? Who gave it? In which year it was given? And what to write when it comes in exam, theory exam. Got it? Yes, got it. Now, again NCERT. I want you to be very well versed with NCERT. There are 2 tables given in NCERT. Read it out and find out which one is gene and which one is chromosome. Can you tell which of these represent chromosome and which of these represent gene? आपका A जीन है या क्रोमोसोम है? ये B आपका जीन है या क्रोमोसोम है? Find it out. Read it and find it out. Read it and find it out. Question number 68. Micronutrient which affect photosynthetic as well as mitochondria transport. Photosynthesis as well as mitochondrial electron transport. So what is there? If you remember the complex, there are 5 complexes, right? There are 5 complexes now. If you know which element are present in the 5 complexes, like complex 1 has which element, complex 2, complex 3, complex 4, you will get to know. Yeah, you have Fe, है ना? FeS, copper, iron, copper, manganese. Find out where do you get iron, copper and manganese. Yes? So if you remember the complexes, what they are made up of? you will get it. ठीक है? Because you remember this, right? If this is your light reaction, which will take place in the thylakoid membrane, PS2, PS1, right? Here also, what is there? Electron carriers are there, na? Cytochrome B6F complex. Remember? Plastoquinone, plastocyanin. So they are talking about this, and then they are talking about mitochondria EPS, inner membrane of mitochondria. 5 complexes you get, right? Okay. Athar, it is from both photosynthesis and respiration. Combination of both. Okay. Then question number 69. If you know photosynthesis, you will answer this question. There is a paragraph in your NCERT which is related to chemiosmosis. है ना? एक diagram है, colorful सा diagram है. Right side bottom में पूरा point लिखा हुआ है. When you turn the page, पूरा colorful diagram दिखेगा. ठीक है? Yeah, it is from photosynthesis chapter. Why it was not taught to you, Atharv? You need to find out which one is false. And here is the key. I did not read the question. My key terms are what? Chemiosmosis. My key terms are what? Chemiosmosis. False. Then what? Light reaction. I did not read the entire thing. These are the key terms. Now read the statement and find out. Go for this one first. Electron carriers of phosphorylation are located in the thylakoid. ये correct है. In the thylakoid, you will have electron carrier. During phosphorylation, the chloroplast stroma becomes more acidic than the interior of the thylakoid membrane. Is it true? No, it is wrong. So this is wrong now. This was correct, one was correct. This cannot be the answer. This cannot be the answer. 2 can be the answer. Now check for 3 and 4. During phosphorylation, we need not check 5. We need not check 5 because there is no 5 option over here. So why to read this question? No need to read this statement. Go for 4th. This is correct. ATP is formed on the stroma side. This is correct. So if 4 is given here and 4 is given here, no need to read the 3rd statement. Go for this answer. ठीक है? Okay? क्या वीर? What are you asking? I did not follow you. कहाँ गया और questions? हाँ. Question number 75. Do question number 75. An increase in P50 of an oxyhemoglobin curve would result from a decrease in. अच्छा वीर. How many of you know this question? I am launching a poll. Let us see. B is correct. You know this graph and all, right? An increase in P50. An increase in P50. What do you mean by that? On x-axis, you have partial pressure of O2. On y-axis, what do you have? Percentage saturation of hemoglobin. This is what is your Bohr curve, right? What do you mean by P50? What do you mean by P50? The partial pressure of oxygen at which there is 50% saturation of hemoglobin. It means hemoglobin is binded with 2 oxygen. Hemoglobin can bind with 4 oxygen, right? So if it binds with 4 oxygen, it will be 100% saturated. If it binds with 2 oxygen, it is 50% saturated. Okay? So the partial pressure of oxygen at which there is 50% saturation, that is P50. Got it? Now, forget about all these things. Now tell me, what are the factors? Do you remember the factors which affect the binding affinity of hemoglobin for oxygen? Do you remember the factors? Yes. What are they? Partial pressure of O2. है ना? It should be high. Partial pressure of O2 should be high. Then pH. pH should be what? High or low? H plus should be low. If H plus concentration is low, it means acidic behavior is low. It means pH should be what? High. Yes or no? If H plus is come, H plus is less. H plus tells you the acidic environment, right? So if H plus is less acidic. Less acidic matlab more pH. है ना? What about CO2? It should also be less. Then only hemoglobin will bind with oxygen. What about temperature? Temperature should be high or low? For CO2. Temperature, what about temperature? Temperature should be low. Right? These are the factors which determines the binding of hemoglobin with oxygen. Now read the question. Read the question. कहाँ गया question? 75, right? What happens to the hemoglobin curve? If there is decrease, this is the key term, decrease. If there is decrease in what? If there is decrease in pH, if I decrease the pH, condition will be ulta, na? If I decrease the pH, what will happen? I am increasing H plus. If I am doing this, hemoglobin will lose the affinity to bind with the oxygen. And if that happens, the graph will, let's say, there is a graph like this. Which kind of graph you get? S-shaped graph you get. Right? Sigmoid graph you get. You get sigmoid graph. Now it is saying there is a decrease. There is a there is an increase in P50. What it is saying? There is an increase in P50. Matlab P50 from here has come somewhere here. P50 has come somewhere here. What do you mean by this? To get the 50% saturation, I have to provide more oxygen. I have to provide more partial pressure of O2. It means what? Affinity of hemoglobin towards oxygen has decreased. And what is the reason? According to the option, the reason is what? pH might have gone down. That is why affinity got decreased. And for that reason, you have to give more partial pressure of oxygen. Are you getting what I am saying? Before, the partial pressure of O2 was only this. At this, 50% saturation was happening. Now, it has got increased. If it has got increased, matlab affinity got decreased. If affinity got decreased, these factors will determine it. Now, go for the options and check which are not getting followed. That is all. pH is there. pH is not getting followed. Because there is decrease in pH, acidity will increase, H plus will increase, and affinity will decrease. And that is why you will require more partial pressure of O2 to get the same 50% saturation. ठीक है? Go for 76. This is very easy question. You shouldn't do any mistake in this question. Mitral valve. I hope you know what is mitral valve. Mitral valve is nothing but bicuspid, right? Mitral valve is nothing but bicuspid valve. कहाँ present होगा? कहाँ होगा? This is your right atrium. This is your right ventricle. Left atrium, left ventricle. Always you need to imagine yourself as a doctor, right? There is a patient in front of you standing. There is a patient in front of you standing. So for the patient, what will be the right? For the patient, according to you, for the patient, what will be the right? Your left side. Your left side will be the patient, right? You can imagine myself. You can imagine me as your patient. So where is my right lung located? Right lung? It is towards your left, right? है ना? Always, whenever you name something, anatomy, it is always based on, you need to think yourself as a doctor that there is a patient standing in front of you. ठीक है? So here you get tricuspid valve and here you get bicuspid. So between left atrium and left ventricle, you get bicuspid, which is called as mitral valve. ठीक है? Any more doubt is there in the paper? Tell me. I felt like there was no other question in which you should have any doubt. Everything must have been taught to you. You can let me know if there is any more doubt. Otherwise, we will close this empty paper. ठीक है? हाँ श्रेया, ठीक है भाई. सॉरी, गलती हो गई मुझसे. मैंने कहा सही या लिखा गलत है ना? राइट वेंट्रिकल एंड ये आपका लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल. खुश? Naren is asking 77th question. Hey, 77th में क्या है? Nothing is there in 77th. There is a graph which is showing you which enzyme will be active at which pH. Find it out. Find it out. pH 2. At pH 2 you are getting the peak. है ना? At pH 2 you are getting the peak, my dear children. So यहाँ पे at pH 2 you need to find out which enzyme will be active. Pepsin. At pH 8, basic pH, which enzyme will be active? Trypsin. This is the answer. क्या प्रॉब्लम था इसमें? कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होनी चाहिए थी. हाँ, Ankit is asking 83rd question. 83rd question. हाँ, 83rd ऐसा करते हैं, बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है 83rd. अगर आपको, अंकित, डू वन होमवर्क, ठीक है? आई विल क्लियर योर डाउट, डोंट वरी. डू वन होमवर्क. न्यूरल कंट्रोल एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन चैप्टर है ना? न्यूरल कंट्रोल एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन, उसमें एक टॉपिक है nerve impulse conduction. When depolarization happens, when repolarization happens, what is hyperpolarization, what is hypopolarization, इसको पढ़ के आओ. ठीक है अंकित? उसके बाद मैं ये डाउट बताऊंगी, आपको समझ आ जाएगा. अच्छा, क्वेश्चन एमटीजी से है क्या? ठीक है अंकित, डू इट, क्योंकि टाइम भी हो चुका है ना. ओके, इफ यू डू दैट इट विल बी वेरी इजी फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड जब मैं समझाऊंगी तो. ठीक है? EPSP is excitatory post synaptic potential. हरी, मार खाओगे. What is EPSP? Excitatory post IPSP and EPSP नहीं सुना है? Inhibitory post synaptic potential and excitatory post synaptic potential, है ना? सुना ही होगा, मेरे से ही सुना होगा, मैंने पढ़ाया है. ठीक है, चलो. ठीक है वीर, ओके ओके। ओके फाइन फाइन।